What is up, everybody? I am Taylor, and this is Unboxing Match, episode 11. Today I've got the one, the only Ruben from IRF Authentics. He's slumming it on my channel. I don't know how the hell I talked him in this one, but it should be a lot of fun. Well, I'll Ruben introduce himself. We'll get into it, and we'll swap mystery boxes and stories and life and stuff and things. So I don't have a fancy intro. This is Unboxing Match. Welcome to it. What's up, sir? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you, Taylor?
Oh, I'm doing fine, man. I'm doing fine. So, but the way this works is generally I'll have you open the box first, and we just talk about some stuff. But like, tell everybody a little bit about yourself first, and like what IRF Authentics is, and all that kind of stuff. Tyler,
Sure, yeah.
everybody one but you.
Awesome. Well, look, first of all, I appreciate you having me on here. I actually am flattered that you'd even think I'm a worthy guest here. So, thanks a lot. I'm super excited about this. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. This box that you gave me, it's like bursting at the seams. So I'm like, wow.
We're going to talk about that. I mean, look at this thing.
So I'm like, oh man, I hope I can deliver. And this is live. So, if you don't like it, I can't have you edit your disappointed face or something like that.
I'm sure I'll like it, even though you overcompensated with the size of the box.
Right. Yeah. I'm making up for something there. Right. But, but again, I'm super excited. As you said, my name is Ruben. Julia and I run IRF Authentic. She's a little more camera shy, so usually it's me doing these things. But she's my ride or die for sure, and she does a lot of heavy lifting behind the scenes and makes me look good. But so what I do, or what we do, excuse me, is we put together autograph mystery boxes. You've gotten one yourself.
I have. Yeah, they're great.
So
I'll unbigging you. We'll get into this mode right away for you.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So here's our latest rendition, right? I've got a Last Ronin, art by yours truly, and
nice.
we try to switch up the design every now and then. Maybe someone's out there collecting them, and our gimmick is, if we want to call it a gimmick, everything is signed. Everything in the boxes is signed. Everything is now COA'd, and that's just what we do. We kind of started this as we had our own mystery box subscriptions, and we noticed at some point they were all starting to get watered down and whatnot. So we were like, okay, well, why don't we give it a try? And they were, they've been incredibly well received, and so that's what we do. I'm a big autograph collector. Even before comics, I was getting autograph memorabilia at stadiums. I live in LA, so at Hollywood premieres, all that stuff. I was part of that crew,
nice.
And I've been collecting autographs since essentially I was in high school. And when I switched over to the comic side, not that I don't do the sports and everything else, but they're not as nice as comic book creators.
And comic folks aren't real celebrities. I mean, they're celebrities in their own little thing, but they're not like.
Hey, that's not a bad lifestyle, right? You could be Jim Lee and you can go out to the movie theater and enjoy yourself, and you might have one or two guys geek out over you, but for the most part, you can still walk into a restaurant and not have to worry about, your privacy or anything like that.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it, I think, if you can make
it work. Yeah. So, I don't envy that kind of fame. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been really cool. It's opened so many doors, especially this IRF Authentics venture that we've got going on. It's allowed me to work with, names like Kevin Eastman, Greg Land. These are all guys that I know personally now that, I grew up as a fan, and, I try my best to not geek out when I am in front of them. And, it's been fun. I've got my little model. I'm going to actually just, product placement.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Put the shirt just for this right here. If it isn't signed, it isn't complete. And I really do feel that way. I remember getting cool baseball cards and like, but I want to get it signed. Or, I remember, it's affected my shopping patterns. I'll go to the shop on Wednesdays, and I'll be like, all right, well, that's a Todd Knott cover, and he signs everything for me, so I'm going to grab one or something,
nice.
And so anyway, man, that's kind of what I do. Again, I'm super excited to be here, and
I'm glad to have you. And everybody, Ruben's Instagram is pinned in the chat, and it's also linked down below. So give him a follow on there. That's where you order the mystery boxes and stuff. It's probably Instagram. He also sells on Whatnot on Sunday mornings when everyone's all hungover and shit and wonders why nobody buys stuff because we're all hungover. But
right. Hey, you know what? We're having a show this Sunday. I completely forgot it was Easter Sunday. It's too late to cancel it. I don't want to cancel it. So, you could probably be one of 3 people in there.
I will be in there because I'm a dirty heathen and I don't want to hang out with my family. So, all those things sound perfect.
Awesome. Yeah. So, check us out.
Nice. Well, listen, the way that this works usually is I'll have the guest open first. We'll start to talk about some stuff. I warn you, nothing in this box is signed that I gave you, so it's not
Hey,
complete. Incomplete mystery box. But
hey,
yeah.
I'll complete it. That's fine. And you know what? When I do, I can tag you on all those posts and say,
Perfect.
"Hey,
Perfect. Well, hopefully you dig it. But yeah, let's get into it.
all right."
So now you started, you said, like, with sports and all that kind of stuff. When did you get into comic books?
So I was into comic books as a kid. Born in '85, so that means I was around in the Jim Lee era and
Yeah.
Extreme Studios, all that stuff. And uh, at some point, I kind of lost. There was a lot of stuff going on, family issues and things like that. So I lost, all of my collection. I lost, touch with that. And um, towards post college life, my goddaughter showed up at my front door with a short box full of comics.
Nice.
I remember you collect these. Here you go. I think
Oh.
her boyfriend or something had given them, like, hey, give this to somebody. And oh man, it was just opening the can of worms. Julia tells me all the time, remember when you used to collect comics? And I'm like, actually, you don't remember when I used to collect comics. You just get in that gap. So and it's just been I say it's been downhill ever since, because
Well, you don't think comics take up a lot of room until you get like thousands of them. Then you're like, where the hell am I putting all this shit?
Right.
Like,
and you're like, oh, it's a $3-4 book, whatever. Yeah, but when you go and buy 15 of them every week, it's like,
yeah,
damn,
exactly. It's not a cheap hobby. None of this is, but that's all right. It's part of it. So
yeah, it is part of it.
yeah. All right. Anyway, sorry. I'll stop interrupting and let you dig.
No,
dig on
it's fine. I should keep it going. I mean, I apologize. So this is Taylor's box, guys. I mean, as I said, it is bursting at the seams. In fact, I just had to put it back together. And I'm excited. I'm super excited. I'm sure I'm gonna love everything. If not, I got a pretty good poker face, Taylor. So don't
That's
worry.
good. You can lie. I mean, just pretend you don't already own every single damn thing in there, and we'll go from there.
my post after this will be like, here's the one Taylor got me, and here's my signed copy of it.
Yeah, here's the one that's in much better shape that I already owned. Yeah. So,
Right
what's
on.
up, Chip? I'm sporting your shirt today, sir. How you doing, man?
Yeah, and hey, everybody tuning in, I appreciate it. I mean, I think I don't think I necessarily brought anyone to your channel, but hopefully this allows me to maybe meet some new people. All of you guys that are doing this, I envy the heck out of you, because one, I think you've got courage for days. I mean, it's not easy putting yourself out there like this, and two, all of you guys have families and full-time jobs just like I do, and I'm always using my lack of time as an excuse, and here you guys are putting out content every
Says the
week.
guy that started an autograph company. Yeah, all right. Oh yeah, it takes real courage to sit in the front of a camera and just bitch about comics. That's all I do. But like, you're like chasing people down, tackling them, getting autographs. Be like, sign this, Kevin Eastman, you son of a bitch. Like,
and this pen, and now this pen, and this pen.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Oh, you smudged it. You got to do it over. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's where the battle damage bundles come in on whatnot, right? But thanks, White Shadow. So here is my box, and it says start here, so I'm going to follow directions.
All right. Yeah. And the way I do this with every guest, the way we do it is we just kind of give each other a list of like stuff, like creators and books and characters we're into. So like, hopefully I hit at least a few things on there that you like. So we'll see.
All right, cool. So, oh, very nice. Oh, damn, this is cool, man. I'm probably gonna end up talking about each one of these books for like 10 minutes.
That's perfect, man. That'll get my view count up. I need to get it. So I can...
So, first one here. Damn, this is awesome. I don't have this. All right, so it's What If the Avengers Had Fought Galactus. All right, so it's a What If number 47, and as Taylor now knows and probably knew even before, I love Galactus. Galactus is my favorite Marvel character. And I wouldn't say I have a crazy impressive Galactus collection. I do own his first appearance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I can tell you a story about that after this, because
hell yeah.
but remind me, because I definitely want to share that story. It's one of those that like it's too good to be true. But so I don't have this, and I'm also a big fan of, and I know some people hate them, of homage covers. What do you say? Do you say homage or do you say homage?
I say homage, but I don't know.
Okay.
I know we can do it both ways, but
yeah, I used to say homage, and then Julia would be like, "It's homage, it's homage." So now I'm saying homage, and then I've got people around me saying homage, and I'm like, "God damn it," But
I think it's probably fine both ways. I would have the chat take a poll, but it's typed the same no matter what, so we're screwed.
Right. So anyway, I don't own this. I'm super excited. I am very, very likely gonna put this at the top of my list of things to get signed, man. I
Nice.
mean, I think this honestly, Taylor, if you threw all filler after this, I'm happy. So
No, no, but like you're the only person that put like a colorist on the list of people you like, and I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, and that's not an easy thing to hunt for unless you sort of know what they've done before. So we'll see, because
yeah,
it doesn't show up in a lot of the searchable credits or anything. So,
right,
so
right.
yeah, it's like what's next? My favorite letterer is no.
Right. Yeah. And I like comic books that have ads from, Crunch and Munch back in the day or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Yeah.
So, all right. So, up next, another book I don't have. Dang, this is awesome. Very well done, Taylor.
You're a hard one. You're a hard one to shop for. So I tried to like at least come up with at least fun stuff that you might not have. So that's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like
All right. So
it's a
we've got,
reprint, but I think it's a cool cover reprint.
yeah, it's an excellent cover. Oh, and I'm totally a cover shopper, by the way.
Nice.
Drives people nuts. They consider me a casual still because I'm shopping for covers. But so this is the origin of Galactus, 1996. It's in fantastic condition. A book I don't have. Another Galactus piece that I'm very excited about, man. I actually, so I told you I'm a that's my boy right there. I've
Nice.
known this guy since high school. Congratulations on getting engaged, by the way, bro.
Oh, congrats. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. But so anyway, so I'm a cover shopper because when I was a kid, I used to collect all the 90s trading cards,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And so, it's all about the cool image in the front of it. And so, eventually I kind of transitioned that habit into comics. And it's like, it's a bigger trading card, right? I
Well,
mean,
it makes sense if you're getting them signed and like remarked on the cover too, because you're presenting that front image, and that's the yeah.
exactly. So awesome, dude. All right, let's keep it going. Ah, yes. All right. Oh, another one I don't have, man. Damn. Nice, very cool. So this is Dark Knight's Death Metal. Looks like it's an exclusive variant to issue number 1. Kale, how do you pronounce his last name? How do you say it?
I say just Kale Noob, but I'm about as white as they come, and I live in the Midwest, so I'm probably fucking it all up.
So there it is.
Yeah.
I actually own a bunch of death metal covers, a bunch of them signed. I don't have this one, therefore I don't have it signed. It will be signed the next time
Right.
we get to chat. But yeah,
that was a fun series, I thought. Like, and the Batman Who Laughs is like one of those ridiculous, over the top villains that just kind of works.
Well, and I mean, again, I'll just keep going. But so I said Galactus is my favorite Marvel character. The Batman Who Laughs is my favorite DC character, and I know that drives people nuts because he's a newer character, right?
Yeah, well, you like what you like, and you collect it. Who cares?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I will say this: when my goddaughter brought me that box, it was around 2018 when she and again that's not that long ago, but that's what put me back in, or maybe 2017. I don't remember. And it was right around the time the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs came out, and that's when they were doing Dark Knight's Death Metal, right? I'm sorry, no, it was Dark Knight's Metal. Sorry, Death Metal is this one here, and we actually, I just looked at it and I was like, damn, this is metal, like, I mean, that was literally my reaction. This is fucking metal, and I was looking through it and I see this crazy dude with spikes on his eyes, and I was like, sold. I bought everything.
Nice.
And they also suckered me in, and I collect original art, and I've got Batman Who Laughs splattered all over my wall. Julia probably hates it, but I love it.
That's awesome. How do you feel about Cosmic Ghost Rider then? Because it's the same. That's like the Marvel-ish kind of.
I dug it, and I'm a big Punisher fan. When I was clean shaven, I used to cosplay as the Punisher.
Nice.
And so actually, my boy who was here, he's a big Ghost Rider fan as well. So it was kind of like the best of both worlds. And I dug. I wish they did more Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I think he's going to be relevant enough to stick around.
I think so, or they're going to like replace him, like, so it's not Frank Castle. It might be somebody else down the line.
Exactly. I ended up getting in San Diego Comic Con 2019, right before the pandemic. I had a Ron Lim actually sketch a Cosmic Ghost Rider for me.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So, all right. I don't, believe it or not, I don't have this one, Taylor. So, fantastic.
All right.
243. I'll let you know if I do have any, but.
Oh, please do, man. Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, that's one of my favorite Galactus covers. Like, that's right there. That was just a personal
This is a classic. And, and it's funny. Like I said, I mean, one of my favorite characters, you would think I would go and buy all the covers and everything. Right. But, I've never really been, I was as a younger lad, but not recently. I kind of stay off of eBay. I'm liking Whatnot, a little bit right now. And you know, for me, it was always shopping at local shows. And you know, here in Los Angeles, look, we don't get a whole lot of deals at local shows, man. They're very well attended. They're, you know,
Sure.
they probably pay a lot more money than, you know, other shows do to
Oh, I'm
go
sure
to.
the booth fees and everything are crazy and everything.
Yeah. So so I don't get, you know, I don't find those diamonds in the rough that a lot of other people look like. Oh, that's my godson. What's up, Hano?
Oh, welcome. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that's awesome. All
Everyone,
right.
go give Jano's toy review a follow. Just for everyone in the chat, follow each other. And
Yes.
then we're all good.
Yes.
So-
Please. And you know, guys, my godson, dang, I'm a bad godparent. I think he's like 9 or 10. So you know, show him some love.
Nice.
You know, yeah. But anyway, so I don't have this Fantastic Four 243 classic John Byrne cover. I mean,
Yeah,
this,
he made Thanos into a thick boy. You know,
yeah,
that was
he did.
or
He
not
gave
Thanos,
us,
Galactus. Sorry.
it's awesome, man. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Taylor.
Oh no, dude! Like this. I'm glad you're liking it so far, or you're faking it. Either way, it's, you know.
All right. So we finally come across one that I have.
All right, good. I'm about time. I was
But
worried.
I'll tell you why I'm still super stoked about this. First of all, this is the Batman Who Laughs #1. It's an exclusive variant. It's the Jock exclusive. Okay. And this is the first appearance of the Grim Knight. Okay.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, it's a little silly, but it's Batman with guns, as you can kind of see on the cover there, right? And he looks badass. And I told you I used to cosplay as the Punisher, so I almost felt like that was like Batman version of the Punisher, you know?
Yeah.
And I dug it. I actually ended up getting a few Grim Knight sketches. Well, David Barron is the colorist on this, and David Barron's the homie. He really is. He lives about an hour away from me. Every time we see each other at cons, you know, he hooks me up. He takes care of me. That's why a lot of you guys that get boxes from us have, you know, some David Barron books on there. So I'm going to get him to remark this, and I'm going to tag you on it so I have this signed. I don't have it remarked, so I'm going to have you know, a signed and remarked right now.
I do honestly, I do think it's super cool that you're like helping people like learn about colorists and stuff, because they are like some of the unsung heroes of comics. Like without colorists, every book would kind of look the same. And like, you know, I think they do a fantastic job, and it's just something that like most people don't even think about, like unless it's jarringly bad. But like most people just don't pay any attention to it, or you know, they know it's there, but they don't really think of who did it. I don't think.
Right. And you know, I'm the same way with letterers. Some of you guys have actually gotten some books from us, and they're signed by letterers. Okay.
Yeah.
And first of all, as a collector, and you know, I told you I was all about like the sports cards. And by the way, Taylor, I'm sorry, my thing keeps chiming. I can't figure out how to turn.
Oh no, dude, don't worry about it. It just means you're much more popular than I am.
There it is on cue. Yeah. God damn it! But so anyway, I lost my train of thought. Colors, no, sorry, letterers.
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't get a whole lot of love. They're not invited to conventions. Right. If they're at a con, they have to pay for their own booth. They have to, they're
in the parking lot trying to sell custom fonts and stuff. You
know, so when I've you know, gotten an opportunity to interact with some of them, they're like super cool about you know, let's do this, and you know, and so you know, for those of you who have gone in books from us signed by the letterers, honestly, you could probably ask them. It's probably amongst the few that are out there in existence that are signed.
Probably,
you know?
yeah.
And I think that's pretty cool. You know, it doesn't mean it's going to be worth $100 or anything like that, right? But again, as a collector and as an autograph nerd, I kind of like that. You know, it's like,
and they really are essential. And like, I think the thing with lettering is you notice it if it's bad. Like if it's a bad lettering, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I doubt he's watching now, and I haven't interacted with him a whole lot. But Justin Birch. Kind of jumps on in and out of like a lot of these, and Justin, if you're watching, I want to interview you sometime. But anyway.
There you go. And by the way, Taylor, you know, if you like how this goes, if you don't hate your box, shoot me a message afterward, man. Happy to introduce you to some of the comic pros that I know, and maybe you can have one of them on your show. You know?
No, I don't want to meet anybody famous. Then my channel might grow, and then I'd have to like, you know, put effort into this thing.
I'll send you my banner, which you can't really see anyway, and we can just throw it back. I'll do product placement in your show.
Perfect. There you go. Yeah, it'll cover the AC thing there that everyone gives me. Yeah.
Live from prison, Taylor.
Yes, that's about it.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll move along. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But okay, this is super cool, and I'm just gonna keep yapping, dude.
Oh yeah, please do. I mean, I got questions for you, but I'll just let you go, man. You're killing it. This is awesome.
Thanks. No one's ever accused me of not having something to say. That's for sure. But okay, so this is Hawkeye Kate Bishop #1. Now I don't know. I actually have not seen this cover, so I don't know if it's an exclusive.
It's a Walmart variant. And I figured LA is probably not huge on Walmarts
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah, that's Todd Knock. I know it's your boy. So yeah.
Yeah, Todd Knock, guys. Oh man, I could talk about Todd for hours, right? Like, I mean, serious man crushing here, right? But seriously, no. I mean, Todd and his wife Dawn are probably amongst the nicest people in the industry. And as I mentioned, hey, what's up, Brian? And as I mentioned, we get a chance to interact with a lot of folks, get a chance to meet a lot of folks, and not everybody super nice, and some people are cool about it, because they understand that they're promoting themselves, and it's just like real life, right? Not
Sure.
everybody.
Yeah, you're not gonna get along with everybody, but yeah.
But these the Knocks are freaking so genuinely nice. They're not putting up like their sales face or anything like that, right? And and from the minute Todd's one of the ones that I met when I got right back into collecting, right? And he was one of the first comic artists that signed something for me, and just the interaction, and as I mentioned, I was into getting sports autographs before, and now like 90% of those guys are all assholes, so coming over to Todd and seeing, and oh man, I just immediately first of all, I think his work is spectacular. I think it is true to comic art,
Yeah. He's got a nice sketchy quality to him that I dig,
yes,
and stuff.
exactly. And anyway, so I don't have this cover. I'm very grateful and super excited.
It took me like 5 Walmart packs to find one in good condition for you. So
Oh, hey, no. Yeah, you know what? I think my nearest Walmart is like an hour away, man.
Yeah, I live in Wisconsin. My nearest one's like 30 seconds away, and then the one on the other side of town is 5 minutes. So it's like
yeah. That's actually one of the things I'm super jealous about on Instagram. Some of the people I follow, they're all posting their Walmart packs, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not gonna.
I've not hit any of the big like a 1 in 500 variant. I don't get that kind of luck. But
yeah. Actually, Julia's from Virginia, and we go to Virginia every November, visit her folks, and every time we go, I'm like, I gotta go to Walmart.
Hell yeah.
See what's up. And I've come up on, actually, I got a Todd Knock variant for, I think, Spider-Geddon or Spider-Verse. I don't remember anymore, but
nice.
And so that's my souvenir from Virginia.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you have, like, I know since you have a lot of autograph stuff and stuff, do you have like a favorite collectible? I'm not talking most valuable or anything, just like something that like maybe means the most to you.
Yeah, I mean, and it's hard because like I have like a favorite from comics.
Yeah, no, you gotta phrase this carefully. So if anybody you work with does see it, they're not gonna get offended if they're not on that.
Right. List. Yeah, exactly. Who do I have a signing coming up with? My favorite is
yeah, exactly.
But, no. In all seriousness, look, I mean, I've got I'm a big MMA fan, so I've got a lot of UFC autographs, right? GSP George St. Pierre was my favorite fighter growing up. And I've got some action figures signed by him, so on that category. I'm a big Dodger fan. I actually have a bat that's signed by Sandy Koufax and Nolan Ryan. So,
oh wow!
From a baseball standpoint, that to me is
that's crazy.
Yeah. On the basketball side, I've got a triple signed photo by Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan. So it's like, I mean, you want to talk about valuable? That's probably
that's
the most valuable collection. On the comic side, I'm lucky that Stan Lee was local, so we always used to get a chance to see him a few times a year. I don't have anything particularly valuable of his. I didn't get him on like X-Men 1 or anything like that.
Sure.
But things that are of value to me. I mean, I've
very cool.
Funko Pop signed by him, and actually I'm a big original art collector. That's what brings me back, brings me the most joy when I'm collecting. So sketch covers, original pages, things like that. I mean, I've gotten some gems there for sure.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of colorists, so this is the Amazing Spider-Man number 328. And I'm pretty sure you put this in there because I listed Bob Sharon as one of my.
You listed Bob and Todd the God, so like you had them both in there. I was like, I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Plus, the Hulk nut punch cover is one of my. I just love the.
Yeah.
You know.
And so for me, very similar to the Todd Knox story, I'm a big fan of people that are good to me, and Julia, that are nice to us. And Mr. Sharon, he's a freaking legend. You know, for those of you who aren't familiar with him and you're all geeking out over the Amazing Spider-Man 300 and 316 and all that, guess who colored that?
Yeah.
Bob Sharon did. You know,
he did like an insanely long run on the SM, didn't he? Like 100 or something.
Yeah. And I mean, the guys worked on keys for days. I think first Moon Knight, or Moon Knight #1.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, of course it's gonna slip my mind right now, but I mean, if you look him up and you look his credits, like, I mean, you know, if you wanted to buy everything on that list, it's you know, we'll sell your car, you know, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and that's back like when it was all like 4-color seps and stuff too. There's no joke doing that kind of stuff. I mean, it's still no joke being a colorist, but with the digital tools, I think it's a lot easier than some of the stuff he was doing. And that's crazy.
Yeah. So, and he's been good to us, man. He signs, you know, whatever we have, and we've always been able to work out nice deals with him. And so this is definitely going to get signed by Bob, hopefully by Todd at some point too. I'm not going to pretend to know Todd, but that we had gotten to a point where he had minimum recognized my face and was always cool about it.
Nice.
Maybe I can share a Todd McFarlane story later.
Oh yeah, I actually I do have a Bob Sharon signed book that I did not get from you actually. So amazingly enough, it's an ASM 300 that's signed by like everybody that touched it. I won it from that Spider-Man booth. Like
wow.
And so it's got Stan, it's got Todd, it's got Dave, you know, everybody on it. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. I have Spider-Man 300, but I don't have Todd on it yet. So that's you know. But awesome, man. Thank you.
Oh no, dude. I figured you might have some dupes. I just was kind of go over the cool stuff, and then we'll see. You know, you'll see. So,
Well, and I actually look. I'm even more nervous now, man. I'm gonna have to explain my thought process behind your box.
Oh no, listen. I'm just excited that this, like, guys, look at this thing. We'll get to that next, but like, it's enormous. So I'm terrified. Yeah.
So this is cool because I actually don't own any printing of it. The Uncanny X-Men #201, and this is well, Taylor, I believe this was one of the ones in maybe the toy boxes or something like that.
It was something like that, yeah. I think I found it. I found it at a flea market actually. I was like, all right, I'm gonna think, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, we don't have any of those in LA, you know. Yeah. I mean, we call them shopping malls or something like that. You know, and plus, if this was there, they'd probably want like $60 for it or something. But I'm sure you also got this because I listed Chris Claremont as, you know.
Oh yeah, which again, and like if you're like the X-Men and Chris Claremont, I mean, they're like, it changed Chris comics and everything. So.
X-Men is what got me into comics to begin with. I grew up with the animated series. It was on every Saturday. We didn't have cable as a kid, but I could watch it on Fox Kids every morning.
Nice,
and, yeah. I think Pizza Hut had like some promo with them where you could get the VHS if you ordered a large pizza or something.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they did. And they also had the little mini comics too.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember just begging my parents, you know, we ended up having like 10 copies of that VHS, you know, it's like, I want another one, you know, kind of thing, right? But Swap Meet says, yeah, man, yep, Slauson Swap Meet for sure. For those of you that are from LA, I don't think they call it that anymore. I think it's called the Slauson Super Mall. But
we don't have swap meets here really, but
no. You know. So anyway, so yeah, X-Men for me, you know, it's hit or miss in the modern era, right? But all of this, you know, all of this older stuff, and I mean, I call it older, but really anything, you know, before 1999, I mean, to me, is just epic. I can never get enough of it. And, you know, Chris Claremont is another guy that, you know, you go to a con and his line is like 6 hours long because
it's because he'll spend like 10 minutes with each person just chatting, which is very cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. I actually have a quick Chris Claremont story for you. So when they, I say quick and it's not going to be, you know, like on my Whatnot shows, oh, this will be quick, guys. And 2 hours later, option number 2, you know, it's like, but
this is different. Not you're just selling yourself. No, no.
So I actually, one of the first times I met Chris Claremont was semi-recent. It was definitely within the last 5 or 6 years. And I think the wedding special had just dropped. Colossus and Kitty Pryde getting married.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, I went up to him and asked him to sign that, right? I had already gotten a few other signatures. Todd Knock was on it. So, you know, of course I grabbed that, right? I would have grabbed it anyway because it's X-Men. But, you know, he hadn't seen it. So he was like, huh. And he pulls it out. And I don't care. I don't get anything graded. So, anyone else would be like, stop touching it, But I mean, he pulls it out and he literally just starts reading. He's got a line of about 500 people. And he goes page by page and he's reading it, right? And I'm like, yeah, he's reading my comic, right? And he's like, huh, I don't know who half these people are. And he just signs it and gives it to me, man. And I was like, that was awesome. I wish I would have got that on video.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I actually tagged him on the post that I did shortly after, and he commented and he was like, well, my apologies to everyone that was in line behind you, but thanks for letting me read it. Or something like that. So,
for him to say he doesn't know who half them, because I mean, he would introduce new characters like every other week. So like, it's just
yeah, it's funny. All right, so we're getting close to the end here, guys. I'm sorry, but I keep geeking out on all these books. The Uncanny X-Men number 161. This thing is in awesome condition. Cockrum and Bob Wyacek cover. So here we go. Another classic X-Men book that I don't have. So again, very well done, Taylor.
I'm glad I found a few you didn't have in there.
So I'm actually going to see Claremont next month. He's going to be at a con nearby, and he usually lets us kind of, hey, when's your next signing? Let me go right before it, so that I don't have to stay in line for 6 hours. And he kind of hooks us up, So this will definitely be on that pile. I'll be sure to tag you. Hey, what's up, Rob?
What's up, Rob?
Yeah. Appreciate that guy too. But yeah, so anyway, so this is gonna get signed. This might even be a Bob Sharon colorist book. I'm not too sure.
I honestly didn't look at the colorist on that one. So like, I knew the Spider-Man's Spider. Yeah. I knew he had the big chunk of Spider-Man in there. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna focus on the things I know he colored, so I don't have to try and hunt down every damn thing.
Dang. Well, look, this is really cool, man. So this is the last book that's in here, which is freaking, insane box, man. Crazy. But Something is Killing the Children, number 3. Okay. I do have this. Okay.
I figured, but yeah.
But this is awesome. I mean, it's early print run. It's before the Fame. I keep going out of this. Sorry, guys. As you can see,
I did not know what that book was going for. Until I looked it up, like, wow. Like, I mean, I knew number 1 was going for a lot, and I kind of actually knew the red number 2 cover, but I'm like, oh, okay. So and I like this cover better than some of the others. So I was like, all right, I'll give them the kind of simple.
No, I'm kind of a hoarder sometimes, and I'll be one of those guys that has 6 issues, all signed. I don't want to sell any of them or something, right? I do a lot of trading. I prefer to trade sometimes over selling, but anyway, so I actually have this signed by Werther, who's the co-creator of the series, right? And now Werther's one that I'll definitely name drop. He and I are chummy.
Nice.
Actually got a chance to interact with him, and we've kept in touch before the quote unquote Fame, so to speak, right?
That's cool.
And Taylor, I think you know this, but I own the originals to issue 1 and 2, both covers.
I didn't actually, but that's wow. Everybody, I have Ruben's address. I will pay you.
Yeah. Let me go up my insurance real quick, just in case. But, so I own the originals. I'm not going to say how much he sold them to me for because, first of all, it's an insane bargain that he gave me, right? Especially for what he could probably get for them now, right? But Mateo. But so I freaking fell in love. First, I'm a cover shopper, right? So when I saw issue 1. I picked up the Jay Lee variant and the Jenny Frisson. I say Frisson. I don't know. I picked up Jenny's variant. They were beautiful covers, and I just subscribed to it. I was like, oh, they're going to be dropping covers like this. I want this book. Well, I ended up reading it that same day, and I went back the next day and I picked up a few more of each and every cover. I was like, this might have some potential, right? And and I finally guessed one right.
There you go.
So I remember messaging him. I think it was around issue 3. And I'm like, hey man, do you happen to have any original art? Well, he's kind of changed it now for business reasons, but at the time he was predominantly a digital artist.
Oh, sure. Okay?
So he did no traditional art, but he did traditional on issues 1, 2, and I want to say I think there was I'm not sure if it's 3 or a second print of number 2 where it's just Erica's big face. It's actually it was actually a painting he did on canvas, right?
Oh, nice.
And I regret not buying that one from him too, but at the time I was, trying to be a little more frugal with my money, right?
Sure.
And So long story short, we had a few exchanges. We agreed on a price. He lives in Italy, so he is not here, and paid him. He shipped them out. They arrived on December 31st, right before New Year's of whatever it was, 2019 or maybe or something like that, and 2019. And
right before COVID is when the
yeah. And I framed them, and he actually included a signed copy of number 1 and number 2, right, so that I can frame them together.
Yeah,
which I already had, but I didn't. I don't have them signed, or at the time I didn't have them signed. And so that's probably you were asking me earlier about like maybe my coolest thing or something.
That's very cool. Yeah.
And that's not going anywhere. And I still message him every once in a while, like, look, dude, I still have it. I haven't sold it, kind of thing, right? And
nice.
So anyway,
next time you talk to him, would you tell him to do traditional panel layouts? No, I'm kidding.
I know, right? Yeah, and they're gonna be like $6,000 these days or something, right?
Yeah.
But so anyway, man, this was a hell of a box. I
hope you dug it. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Yeah. I'm terrified to dig into this thing because it's enormous, and so. But
so you said I was a hard person to shop for. Most of my stuff tends to be from the modern era. So I actually, you're welcome, Rob. Thanks for supporting that. So I had to really do some digging on your end,
I mean, I'm easy. I just gave you I'll give you a wish list, but I don't honestly what I'll take whatever. And I know you do cool boxes anyways, but this thing, guys, again, I'm going to switch the view around and just so you can see this thing. It is enormous. So, I'm gonna hide the address, but it's 18 by 24 probably, or something around that.
Yeah,
it's big, and
it's
what the hell?
It's 75% packing peanuts. Just so you know.
Perfect. That's great. I'm the perfect person to send them to. Oh, hey, actually, this is wow, yeah. All right, am I doing this in the right order?
Yes, you are. You are. Yes.
Nice. And you did the cover art on these, huh?
Yes, I did.
That's very cool. Are these pen and ink, or how do you do them?
Yeah, no, it's all pen and ink, traditional Copics, and I'm not particularly good, so it takes me like 6 hours to do them, but they're kind of fun, and I just wanted to have my own touch on the boxes.
Oh, it's very cool, and look, I'm gonna keep this box forever too because it's got the customer mark and everything too.
Oh, there you go. That's how we know it's yours. One of one.
Hell yeah!
Go get that box slabbed.
I'm very easily stalkable, guys, but don't come at me.
And I think I know you.
It's very well packed, by the way, too. And I will recycle all of this packing material because, one of the things I love about getting boxes is it gives me a refresh supply of bubble wrap. And I'm not
kidding. Here. I'm always like, oh man, I'm running low on boxes. I should order more stuff online instead of going out and buying more boxes or something.
Just buy more books. That's the easy way to do it. Cole's going to be on an upcoming one of these too. So everybody. Give Cole a follow if you're not. He also has cover contests and stuff going on, and with Bearded Comic Bro. So again, everybody follow everybody. Make life easy.
Yeah. And I don't have a YouTube channel, guys, so don't worry about following me on that. But give me some love on Instagram.
Yeah, his Insta's pinned up. Follow him on Insta and order one of his boxes. They sell out, but once you get in and you get one, then you're on the list, so you get early access to the next one. So it's
Yeah.
And he also sells a lot of autographed books and stuff on Whatnot too. So just follow him on Whatnot. Hell yeah, man! Nice.
Yeah. So, well, go ahead, man. You can.
Oh, I love Astro City. I did not pick up the newest one because I've been trying to read them collected, but this was another one of those back in the day that kind of just changed comics for me. Kurt Busiek and Brent Anderson, they made me realize along with Watchmen, obviously, but this is another one of those kind of grown up superhero stories, which is very cool.
Yep.
And hell yeah. And look, this is a kind of example of what you get. Alex Sinclair, nice. Oh, he's I should know. Is he the inker?
He's the colorist.
Colorist. Oh, see, I'm failing at life already.
He's actually the dude that colors everything Jim Lee. So it's Jim Lee, Scott Williams, and Alex Sinclair. And,
nice.
So this is some of his early work.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, it's a Wizard 1/2. Hell yeah, man. This is. Yeah. I definitely don't have this. I got a feeling I'm going to be saying that a lot throughout this.
Good. I hope so.
Oh yeah, I don't have this one either. So heck yeah, man. Oh, and the Doom Patrol, the team that Stan Lee ripped off blatantly. I mean,
And
maybe.
I don't have a whole lot of Doom Patrol, so that one is one that I actually picked up for you and just got signed at WonderCon about a week.
Oh
and a
well,
half.
thanks, man. Yeah, you said you were gonna like getting stuff. I know, and you had like what 500 books or something you got signed there, but
Yeah, man, we ended up getting over 500 books signed at WonderCon. We ended up with over 800 signatures because a lot of that were multi-signed. So, yeah, John Livesay, the inker.
yeah, and everything's like paint pen with you too, right? For the if you
Oh
can,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's awesome. It really pops on here, and unless you get a lefty, because then it'll smear, and then you're
Yeah.
kind of in trouble.
Well, it's funny because you'll see them hold the pen like this. Oh man, why are you giving me this pen?
Yeah, that's I'm a left-handed, so I have that problem. This is great.
That's funny.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
man. This is oh, dude. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna stare at these. I'm not gonna show the audience. Just, you know. And I honestly I don't know this book without opening it. So what am I looking at here?
So that's an incentive variant for I don't remember exactly which Betty Page book it is,
Oh,
but
nice.
you know it's a Betty Page book. It's I told you I'm a sucker for homages,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call them, and so that's that's that old Superman from like the '60s cartoon or something. His intro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
This is the most clothed I've ever seen Betty Page.
yeah, exactly. And that's actually signed by David Avalon, who is the writer on that series.
Very cool. Thank you, man. This is great.
Yeah.
These are all sticking with me. Oh, and hey, speaking of Batman Who Laughs and Grim Knight and everything else, and yeah, I love the.
There you go, Mr.
Nice.
Sienkiewicz.
Dude, I love. Yeah, this is my first Sienkiewicz signature. I've not
No
had
way.
anything.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
I love Sienkiewicz. Like, I think he's probably one of the best cover artists of all time.
Yeah,
And
and he is cool as heck in person, man. If you said you're a Sienkiewicz fan, so I had to pull. That's actually for my personal collection, by the way. I didn't get that signed at WonderCon or anything.
nice.
So, you know, if you're gonna turn it on and flip it on whatnot, do it on one of the shows.
Oh no, I'm not flipping this one. Heck no, I'm
Yeah,
holding on to this one. The Sienkiewicz, yeah, I don't like I said, I've not had anything signed by him, so I'm definitely holding on to this. And
cool
like,
dude for sure.
so okay, what does IRF stand for?
Oh, some insider knowledge here.
Or is this a hidden? Is this a secret that nobody knows?
Well, look, I'm gonna go ahead and say it just because you're the first person to ask me in public, and you know, so we're dropping some exclusive news here. But it's kind of funny. So I actually you know we grew up with some street kids for lack of a better term, and you know we have the habit of saying "fool" a lot, like "Hey fool, what's up, fool?" I'm going,
Nice, yeah.
right? So back when we were all on AOL Instant Messenger, my username was "It's Ruben Foo." And when I started the autograph company, I'm like, you know, and it stuck. Like, I mean, you know, on PlayStation Network, I'm "It's Ruben Foo."
Sure.
You know, I don't like I've kept it everywhere, right? And so it's IRF Authentics. It's Ruben.
That's
Foo.
awesome.
Authentics.
that might be the best company naming I've ever heard. Like,
yeah. No one knows. No one knows. Now,
well,
they all
there's
do.
now 12 people that know. So
Yeah.
you know, like, that's awesome, man. Oh, Dan Fogler, hell yeah.
You said you like indie stuff, and you know
I do.
I
I do. I like indie stuff, and I love scantily clad women and robots. And so,
Now, for those of you that don't know, Dan is actually a very well accomplished actor. He's Jacob Kowalski on the Fantastic Beasts, the Harry Potter
yeah,
movies that are coming out. He's also Luke on The Walking Dead, and but people don't know that he writes comics, and he does a good job at it. So there you go.
yeah, that's very cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm loving this, man. Honestly, this is like, yeah. I mean, I don't do this just to get like books on and stuff. I like talking to people and learning the stories and hearing stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, I also like cool fucking books. So like hell yeah, man.
Nice. That's the only piece of Len that I have. I unfortunately never met him. You know, and as we all know, he's you know, in a better place
Yeah.
now. And but you said you liked him, and I was like, oh, you know what? Let me get him a tribute, and that's signed by
Yeah.
Bernard Chang, who you know did some work in there. So there you go.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Bert, yeah, I mean, one of these days I'm gonna have the original. Maybe not signed, but I'm gonna have the giant size one. I don't have one yet, but like, you know, yeah.
You can use this one to keep that spot warm for you until you
Yeah,
get
exactly. It. It'll be my placeholder. No, this is great, man. Thank you. Oh, dude, I almost spent way too damn much on this cover. I think this is the homage, but like, oh no, this is the second print, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost spent way too damn much on this last night on eBay, so I'm kind of glad I didn't. Like,
Right on. Yeah,
here's my problem.
even that one.
Sometimes I enjoy whiskey, and sometimes I enjoy whiskey and then going on Whatnot and eBay and yeah, or YouTube. I mean, so and this is and again, so you got the Sienkiewicz cover. Hell yeah, man! This is like nobody did this back in the day, and they still kind of don't. It's all like very busy covers for the most part. You hear this like simplicity that like stood out and like also made it really hard to get 9/8 because like the all black covers.
I know, right? And that one actually, I mean, even that homage cover.
Yeah,
I think it's like a good like $20 book on eBay or something like that.
Oh yeah. This is no joke. I mean, it's probably not gonna. I'm holding on to this, and right now it probably is spiking because everyone thinks it's gonna be Sun King in the series, which I don't think it is, but I don't care. Like, I don't. Moon Knight's my jam. Like I like the the troubled characters and the So, and heck yeah, man, Swamp Thing.
There you go.
Another one of my favorite characters.
I had another David Barron piece, Swamp Thing, but I was like, I think he's gotten some Barron for me before, so I went Peter Steigerwald, and they won an Eisner Award for that book. So
yeah,
this
is great. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's just a sick. Yeah, I'm loving this, man. I am loving this.
Awesome.
Oh, and chains and 90s and a remark. Oh, dude. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, audience. I just get stuck staring at this first, and like get the Mr. Miracle. You get all this. This is great.
Yeah. So that is speaking of David Barron. That's why I didn't give you the other Swamp Thing book. I was like, you know what? Let me throw a remark in there. That's a full color remark from David Barron, who did the colors not only on the book but actually the cover itself. So
yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stare at these all night long and not talk and make this really awkward for everybody here. No, thanks, man. And then more bubble wrap. And is there something else taped in here that I'm guessing there's a reason for this giant box? Okay.
Yeah, there is.
Oh crap! All right, let's get into this, people.
So
I'm sorry, Chad. I'm not trying to ignore y'all either. I'm just distracted. This is what happens.
Yeah, I should do a better job at reading some of these comments for you.
Oh, no, sometimes, yes, sometimes, Rob. Yes, Rob. I was a little bit. I had a little bit of whiskey on Saturday night, and I was on YouTube. It happens. It's a carryover from the pandemic when you weren't allowed to go out and do anything, and like it's a way of socializing. And it turns out I like comic book people better when I've had whiskey.
So I told you guys I'm not really a YouTube guy or anything. I literally just found out where the chat is at, and I'm looking at these and I'm like, I'm an asshole. I haven't been responding to really anyone unless I noticed it when it popped up. But some good stuff here.
No, it's all good. They're mostly just saying how great you are. So just assume
I'm gonna go back and read all of them then.
Yeah, except for your buddy Berserker is talking some smack, but that's. All right, guys, I've got cardboard.
Yep.
This is why I'm glad I at least opened the outer box before going on camera.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too, especially all that heavy Merco tape I put on there. I have been accused of overpacking, and that's because I've fallen victim to underpacking one too many times, so I just don't play with it.
Oh, yeah. So everybody, seriously, go follow them on Whatnot, and you get stuff packed like this, and it's great. And
yeah,
actually don't, because if you guys follow them, I won't get the deals. But you can use if you use my link down below, you'll save $10. Or if you can type in IRF Authentic instead, Ruben will get $10, and you'll get $10 too. So whoever you like better, use that link. Take $10 on Whatnot. Oh, okay. You're crazy, sir. Like this is bananas. Like,
so if anybody's watching this and they're like, this box has been okay, it's like I'm hoping.
No. This is like one of my other favorite characters of all time, John Constantine, the bastard magician, right? And this is awesome. And in case you're wondering, no, it's not just because it's a giant box here. Look, there's a piece of paper, and the rest I'm not going to show it. They're not worthy. So, this is, dude. Hang on, I have to be very careful with this. And yeah, you're nuts, sir. This is awesome. Thank you. This is.
So what are we holding here, Taylor?
We got an original page of art. We got page number 9 from this issue.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that book is separate because it's not signed, okay? But I wanted you to be able to
Oh
see
yeah, thank you.
the page. And yeah, for folks who are not familiar, I mentioned original art's my thing. Claim. Rob has actually accused me of over packaging, but you know what? Rob supports my hustle, so he can accuse me of anything he wants. I'm good with it. I'll let you guys disrespect me as long as you send me your money. So
There you go.
but yeah, man. So you said you
Oh,
like
thank you.
you said,
This
and
is
I was
blowing my mind, honestly. This is yeah, like
good.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna get this framed and probably put it up there. I've got another piece of art I won from Legion of Comics from Green Lantern. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna start an original art wall. So this is oh, dude, yeah, this is definitely staying with me forever. So thank you, dude. I appreciate this.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you like it. It's got some good it's got Papa Midnight on there. It's got
Yeah,
some good actual front facing Constantine, not somewhere in the shadows kind of thing.
yeah. No, this is it's a great page. And
Yeah.
I just love. I mean, I love staring at these things. I can do it all day just to like figure out how they made it and stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever had a chance. Have you watched cartoonist kayfabe at all, or do you know those guys like Ed Piskor and Jim Rugg?
No, I
Every
don't.
day they take one comic and they kind of dissect it
Oh,
from their
cool.
point of view, and they both make art and stuff. And they're like Ed Piskor did like the Hip Hop Family Tree and X-Men Grand Design, and Jim Rugg did the Hulk Grand Design. And so like just hearing them talk about comics, I can just I can just soak it in for hours a day.
Yeah.
And then I get nothing done. But
Yeah, no, and that's the that's where I geek out. The kind of behind the scenes of the comics, right? And that's why I love original art so much. If you wanted to, right, you can compare that page to the actual finished piece. And in my opinion, one of the rare and by the way, I know it said page 9, and I'll explain this for those who maybe don't collect original art. It's actually the last page of the book, which I think is actually really cool. So you own the final page to that book if you want to just flip to the last one. But yeah, there it is. So that's the last page of the book, right? And so that's with the letters, with the colors,
yeah.
and but one of these rare instances where I think the original art looks better because you can see the splatter from the white paint and the brush strokes of the ink that kind of got overtaken by some of the digital colors that they applied to it. And this is not a knock on the colors at all. But it's just a different level of appreciation. It's almost like looking at someone's rough sketch, and comparing it to their finished piece, and you could take an appreciation to the rough sketch, so to speak. And
yeah, I agree. And then you also get to like figure out how the letterer gets to try and fit things in after the artist is done, and like all that kind of stuff together. And yeah, this is yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I mean, it means a lot to me. I mean, it definitely means a lot to me, and I will hold on to it. Yeah. So do you have cons coming up? Like I know this is like it's not your day job, but like you must put in like a lot of hours a week at the
yeah, I'm very transparent about it. Look, this is a huge passion of mine. It continues to be fun. I don't do it for a living. My daytime job is in traffic data. Woohoo, but I'm not kidding, Taylor. Every single day I do something for this side hustle, whether it's organizing books, whether it's talking to artists about trying to seal a deal. I can't remember the last day that I didn't do something, even if it was something as simple as like let me start pulling books for the next box or something like that, right? Making COAs, things like that. There's a lot of passion that goes into it, and that's why it's even more flattering when people, really do enjoy what they get, and it's comics. You can't satisfy everyone, right? I'm sure some people, haven't liked it and maybe they've just been nice about it or something, but
honestly, I think if you don't like it, you're kind of a dick. Like it's just like you get cool remarks, you get like great signatures, you get stuff it's all one of a kind stuff. And like, like
Thanks for saying that. I mean, that's really what Julia and I were going for. I thought, if someone's going to get filler, at least their filler is signed,
Yeah. So. Well, I mean, and like, it's not like it may not be on Key Collector, but like how many books have like a Mr. Miracle signed? Like, I don't remember. It's just like, this means so much more to me than like the first appearance of like Batman's third nephew's dog or whatever, like
right. No, and you're right, and I mean, that's just, I get to share my joy with someone else. I have the privilege of being able to be in an environment or on the side of town where we have access to these folks. A lot of folks move out to Los Angeles to pursue this as a career. And, we meet one person, they introduce us to another, then that person introduces us to another. And next thing you know, we're sitting on, 600 signed books,
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, I mean, you probably do, like, you must have like an inventory, like of stuff kind of ready to go at some point if you need, right?
Yeah. And, with that's why we survived the pandemic. Not, I mean, I that sounds bad because of, some of the seriousness that happened with it. But as far as this side hustle goes, I mean, obviously cons were not a thing. We weren't able to see people face to face, especially early on. And, having that inventory, having that backstock, and, we ended up switching to a lot of, mailing stuff out. So we'd have to ship, 300 books to someone to sign, and that kind of stuff got expensive, but it also, there's no convention cost, with it. There's no travel costs. So at the end of the day, we were able to make it work. We did at the start of this year, I think, I think we raised our prices by like 10, 15 bucks or something like that, just because, there was a lot of shipping involved, and all these books continue to go up in price. I think they're like $8 now if you're getting a DC variant or something like that. Right? But luckily, people continue to support it and be receptive. And again, it's just incredibly humbling, man. It's way more than I ever expected.
And how many you do? What, like 8 or 9 boxes? Like how many boxes a year do you do? Like
So we used to do every other month plus the premium box. This year we're on track, including the premiums, to do 10 boxes, so almost one per month. We have the inventory to do them one per month, but we also don't want to necessarily water them down. Right now our average run is going to be about 40 boxes. That's probably about as much as I want to do. Not for lack of inventory, but again, I don't want to make it to where, okay, I'm doing 40 boxes and 4 of them have, big names in them or something, right? I mean, I want people to have a better chance to score something. It's also a hell of a lot of work. I said Julia does a lot of the heavy lifting, but she doesn't do any box prep. And so that's me, just 40 through 40 boxes. And I'm so, OCD about it that, like, a lot of times I'm remaking these boxes, like, oh, this one kind of sucks or something, and even though it probably doesn't, but I'm like, I just,
there is an art to making a mystery box.
If you've never done it, I mean, you'll learn, not you specifically, but anybody watching. It's just, but it continues to be enjoyable because, again, it is a hobby. It is, a side hustle, if we want to call it that. And, it's not something that we're depending on for our livelihood that adds that stress of this has to do really well, or I can't make rent or something like that,
Yeah. So, all right. Hang on. Back to something you said at the very beginning. How did you get the first Galactus?
Oh, yes. Okay. So I said we go visit Julia's parents in Virginia every year, right?
Yeah.
And there was a shop, I think it was in Richmond. I don't remember what it was called, right? And it was Thanksgiving of, I think, 2019. And it was actually, it was 2019 because it was my first trip with her out there, right? And, so anytime I travel anywhere, overseas or local travel, I have to visit a comic shop. That's always going to be my souvenirs, right? I have to bring back a comic.
Plus, and I can write it all off. But no,
I know, right? And, I walked into this shop and they had it on the wall, and I didn't ask. They didn't have prices, so I'm like, it's one of those places, they don't have prices, so they're gonna really rip you, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, or check it on eBay while you're at the counter. But
exactly. And I was like, you know what? Let me just ask. What's the worst that can happen, right? So I asked, and he's like, $35, right? And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's $35. He goes, and I'm like, well, what's wrong with it? And he goes, it's missing the centerfold, right? And I mean, I'm not a slab collector. Those people who know me know I'm not a slab collector. I don't care. And I don't think it's either of those, Brother John, but I have the business card. I'll actually,
I'll get back to you on that, John. I'll touch base on it.
But
because now everyone anywhere near there is going to want to find this store now.
Right. The sales are going to go up like 50% tomorrow or something, But
so even if it's double, and you end up paying $70 for it,
right? Exactly. And so, and here's the crazy part. I almost didn't do it, right? And I almost
it's too good to be true.
And I'm like, what a fucking idiot. I'm like, what the hell am I even thinking about? I'm lucky the guy behind me didn't hear that price.
Yeah, that's
right.
I would have been like, "What's everything on the wall?" Like, I'll take all of it. Like,
Right. And so I went, I was like, hey man, you know what? I'm gonna take it. And I told Julia, and I looked it up on eBay and showed it to her, like, this is how much it goes for, like super low grade. And she's like, why do you give it to you so cheap? And I looked at it, and yes, it's missing the centerfold. I don't care. It's for my personal
sure. Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay what a top copy is going for these
Yeah.
days, And now the only part that for me, is I love it. I'm super excited about it. But I'm like, man, I've got maybe one person left that can sign this,
That's true. You're kind of running out of bodies on that one. But
Yeah, and I'm like, dang. So if I don't get that book signed, I probably will slab it, knowing that it's going to come back, super shitty because it's missing the center.
yeah, it's just a matter of that. It's
Yeah.
a preservation method at that point.
Yeah,
But
yeah, exactly. And that will officially be the first and only book that I will have ever slabbed. It's not for me, and I don't want to, shit on slabbing or anything like that. People that are watching, enjoy your hobby the way you enjoy it. But yeah, so that's my story, man. I got the first appearance of Galactus for maybe about $38 after tax.
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That puts to shame every deal I've ever gotten ever. But that's not bad. That's awesome. Like, also, I don't know if you should shit on slab. Like, I'm kind of surprised that you're an anti-slabite because since you're a cover buyer and stuff, and like you said, that's what attracts you to the book. I'm like, you could.
Yeah, and I'll give you a few reasons why. First of all, especially nowadays, I don't have the patience to let someone sit on my product
For an hour, a year and a half. Yeah,
exactly. It just drives me nuts. I think it's insane that we've allowed that to be okay in the industry. Yeah, don't talk about it. Sorry,
so
Rob.
you're never going to be on Rob's show, Slab
Yeah,
Hub,
I know.
but,
Seriously,
yeah.
he's not going to complain about my packaging anymore. He's just going to complain about me. So
Yeah, that.
but no, it's just I think look, I have a retail service background, and I remember all the crazy complaints we used to get, and I'm like, dude, like, if I ran anything, can you imagine? And I know it's an apples to oranges comparison, but can you imagine Taylor paying me for a box? I'm like, yeah, you'll get it in a year,
Yeah, that's
no, like I would get ripped on,
well, yeah, and if you just search CGC comics on YouTube, there'll be a lot of complaints. But yeah, that's
but I get it from an investment standpoint. I get it from a they look awesome. They're very pretty to look at, right? I also don't like the fact that someone can just tell you it's a 9.8 and not see the difference between you getting your money's worth or not getting your money's worth.
I wish they actually did kind of protect the book too. There's no like UV protection or anything on it. It's just plastic. Like it helps if you drop it because they just drop in the plastic.
Right.
But like
right. Yeah, there's no UV protection, and I saw your post, Rob, and I was, I can't say I was surprised. So here's the thing. I know the consumer loves their slabs, right? Yeah. And so I was like, all right, let me go talk to CBCS because, I've had a lot of my clients send their books to CBCS,
sure,
right?
Yeah,
and they look really cool after the fact. They were very transparent. They're like, dude, we'd love to partner with you. We are so backed up right now that, and I really appreciated them telling me that because, the last thing I want is, again, for anybody to sit on my stuff, but most importantly, even if it was more of a referral, like, hey, maybe my clients can get a little bit of a discount or something. And, it'd be like, yeah, sure. What good is 10% if you're not going to get your book back for 3 years,
Yeah.
But, so anyway, not only that, but I'm a big, it's obvious I'm an autograph guy, right? Yeah. So, to have to pay those fees for every single, I get like 8 or 10 signatures per book.
And they charge for each verification on there too, right?
Yeah,
they can't just be like, I was here when it happened. Like
exactly, and to crack that slab and pay it again, it just doesn't make financial sense for me. Now, having said that, if I wasn't an autograph collector, maybe I'd be a little bit more open to some slabbing, but I just,
well, plus if it's slabbed and you want another autograph on it, you got to crack it. And
exactly. And then, the guy cracking it, ends up bending it, and all of a sudden it's an 8.0 or something, and so now it's really worthless, right? So, yeah.
I do have slabs. I had some stuff slabbed. It's a frustrating experience, and like I have a video on it because it was 11. When I did it, it was only 11 months, like to get it from leaving my house to get it back, and I'm like,
Yeah.
And thankfully, a lot of the stuff I did wasn't spec stuff. It's just stuff I wanted to get slabbed and all that. But like, the people that like make a living trying to like guess what's coming next in the movies or whatever, and like and all that. And if you're sitting on if you're a year out with the books and stuff, you're like good luck.
Yeah. I mean, look, The Last Ronin #1 is a perfect example, right? CGC was caught off guard a little bit, right? It was right at the start of the pandemic. It would also, so I think it wasn't properly fitting or something like that. I don't know. I'm sure I'm butchering all these terms, but
because I think only CGC had the slab size that would do it. Like you couldn't do CBCS, and
and so, but by the time they got these back to people, not that they were completely, valueless. But it was just so, I mean, you lost your opportunity to make top dollar on it because it was sitting in somebody's warehouse for so long. And, for people who do it as an investment, it's just, that really sucks. I didn't like that.
No, I think that, I think the comic book stock market is bananas to begin with.
Yeah.
Like the fact that there's like a top 10 list every week and it shifts by 10 different books every week. I'm like, does it really? But not knocking anybody's business model, and I like Key Collector because it helps me realize what I'm looking at and stuff. But like, some of this is just and like, a first appearance that might turn into something a decade later. I get all of it, but it's just the fact that like it all just gets decided so damn quickly. Like a book will be like a $300 to $100 from like in 48 hours. I'm like, nothing really changed. Like nothing like in that time period, in that 48 hours, nothing changed. It's just
Yeah, and I think we've all gotten sucked into that at some point. White Shadow says fries are done. They that's like the 6th batch so far, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of it, if anybody wants to buy the first appearance or go to the God Butcher after seeing that Legend toy, you just let me know. Anyways.
So, I mean, we've all gotten sucked into it, I think, at some point, and and that's great for those who want to collect that way. Do it. It's fun when you happen to stumble on something on the app, and it's like, oh, dude, I got this for $1 or something. I mean, true story. I got first appearance of Echo for $1. At a convention. It was $1. And I ended up grabbing like 3 or 4 of them, got them all signed by David Mack, and, now they're all in happy homes besides the one I decided to keep.
So, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I have the first cover. I don't sign by David Mack. I don't have the first, but and I think we're all guilty of it. But eventually I think either you do it as a business and become something where you're like doing it like, that is your hustle, and you're doing it like 7 days a week, and you're really paying attention to all of it. Or eventually, I think you kind of calm down on it and just start getting what you like, because like there's no way to keep up with it. You're gonna swing and miss all the damn time. I think otherwise, like Stray Dogs. Those books were hot as hell for like 3 minutes. And now, like I saw a slab on Whatnot earlier go for like $25. I'm like, what changed?
Yeah, Exactly. And guys, I'm sorry, man. This thing keeps dinging. I am so sorry.
No, it's all good. We're getting in about. I mean, I could talk to you all damn night. I know it's about 7:30. I'm guessing you probably haven't eaten or anything yet either. So like,
that's why the fries keep ringing. So
there you go. Yeah. So like, we could wrap this one up. But like, I would love to have you back on it anytime you want, and we can just chat about comics or life or whatever. We don't have to do any exchanges, but like, dude, you got great stories. I could do this all day. I'm like Captain America, but I'm fat and out of shape with a shitty hairdo. So like,
well, dude, I really appreciate you having me, man. I love my box. I'm happy to hear that you kind of like yours.
Oh, dude, I mean, this is amazing, man. I'm speechless. This is fantastic. Like, yeah.
Again, I'm super grateful. Appreciate you having me. I appreciate everyone that stuck around. I'm seeing these comments, and some of these people were on here from like the first minute. So that's awesome, and kudos to you. I mean, you must be putting out some awesome content to keep people.
I think it's just getting to talk to cool people in the community, and that's kind of about it. So I think a lot of people are interested, and you're that mystery now. But now everyone knows what IRF stands for. It's like, oh
yeah, seriously, secrets out. There you go.
Yeah, I think you should sign books that way.
It's funny. I actually as I said, I do the art on my boxes. And I was just, should I sign my box? And I wanted to mess around with some kind of signature like that, and I was like, nah, I'm nobody. Let's just leave it like that, And so,
come on, I think like on an Easter egg on like one of them, you should just put "It's Ribbon Fool" or something just to see if anyone catches on.
Maybe I'll do what Patrick Gleason does, which is he has this little Pat skull, and sometimes he just hides it somewhere in the art. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
throw a Mitch Rubin foo somewhere in there and see
That's
who's
like what Todd McFarlane's little Fritz the cat too that he
Yeah,
hides like everywhere. Yeah. Just do that. Yeah.
exactly.
So nice. Well, thank you so much, sir. What next thing you have coming up is on Easter, right?
Yeah. So look, I've got a live stream this Sunday on Whatnot. It'll be quick. I think I'm only got like 20 auctions on there or something. Again, with it being Easter, I don't want to take anybody's time too much. And then I don't have an exact launch date for April box just yet. There will be a box on April. But I am waiting on the featured artist to send me the last batch of signed books.
Okay.
I got the first batch, but I don't make any announcements till everything is on hand
Yeah.
because it's been burned in the past. So as soon as that is determined, I'm hoping to maybe launch that week 3 of this month. So keep an eye out on our Instagram. If you haven't checked us out, please do.
Yeah, please do. And your boxes are really reasonably priced too for what you get. Like what's the next one? Like they fluctuate a little.
Look, I mean, I'm not going to raise my prices this year. I don't want to do that. Maybe at the start of next year, but right now the prices are $115 for a box or 2 for $200. And you're getting an average of anywhere between 8 to 10 signed books on there. And don't expect a Spider-Man 300 in there or anything. But as you said, once you're in. You get pre-sale access to, compared to everyone else. You don't have to worry about rushing to the line or anything like that. And it gives you access to our premium boxes. We will have two secret boxes dropping this month. I'm sorry, not this month, this year. One of them is tentatively scheduled for May, so it's not as big a secret. But since I'm spilling all the beans here,
right. If it drops on May the 4th, I'm gonna know the theme too. But
right. So odds are it'll probably be the premium art box, so something very similar to kind of what you had. Maybe some remarks in there, chance for some original pages, definite sketch covers. That box seemed to do pretty well for us last year. It's going to be a higher price box that's only available at first for current clients, and if it sells out, then great. We don't open it to the public, and if it doesn't sell out, then someone who's never bought from us before can get a chance at a cool box. And then we'll do another secret box on something that I'm working on that is pretty cool, and the artist has been pretty responsive. So I'm hoping that might be Q3 of this year.
Awesome. Well, there you go, everybody. Seriously, give them a follow, and they'll keep your eyes out. And you do and you give a lot of notice. Like you're good on the Instagram about hey, in a couple days and 48 hours, and there's notice.
Yeah, and now that they've added that reminder feature, it's really cool. I've seen some people turn it on, and that's awesome. I love that they did that. I kind of hate the Instagram algorithm, but I do like some of the other stuff that they do. So thanks, Rob. Rob got in on the premium art box last year, and he's clearly happy with it still. So
I would have just every time I'm like I got the bills at the same time you do those. Whenever the secret ones drop, I'm like son of a bitch. We'll see. I'm gonna save my ducats for May though, and we'll see if I can get some. So.
Yeah, for sure. And again, thank you everyone. White Shadow, thank you for the kind words. And if you learned about me from this, please let me know. That's awesome, and I want to thank Taylor.
Well, thanks for being out here. I really appreciate it, man. And thank you for the great box, and thanks for the great conversation. And everybody, have a good night. And like I always say, don't be a dick.